Hi, Rich.
Several Senate Republicans say they want a specific explanation as to why the administration fired the Inspector General here. Senator Grassley says an expression of lost confidence without further explanation is not sufficient to fulfill the requirements of the IG Reform Act. Will you provide Congress a more detailed explanation on why you recommended the firing to the president? And will the State Department make the House Foreign Affairs Committee deadline for documents this Friday at 5?
So there's been lots of discussion about this. I've read a number of reports. Let me say three things. First, the president has the unilateral right to choose who he wants to be his inspector general at every agency in the federal government. They are presidentially confirmed positions, and those persons, just like all of us, serve at the pleasure of the President of the United States. In this case, I recommended to the president that Steve Linick be terminated. I frankly should have done it some time ago.
I think I gotta get you out, sir.
I'm happy to take one more.
Okay, Barbara, go ahead.
Okay, so you have said, sir, that Mr. Linick was undermining the department's mission. What exactly does that mean? Can you give us examples? You know, even the president doesn't know what that means. He says he didn't really know about the guy before you mentioned it. So what specifically has Mr. Linick done?
Yeah, unlike others, I don't talk about personnel matters. I don't leak to y'all. And
so did he leak?
Yeah, I'll just say this. I can't talk. I can't give you specificity. We'll share with the appropriate people the rationale, but no, there should be no mistake.
He's an accountability official. Is it a secret as to why he was fired?
May I answer the question, if you will? I appreciate the question. Let's be clear. There are claims that this was for retaliation, for some investigation that the Inspector General's office here was engaged in. It's patently false. I have no sense of what investigations were taking place inside the Inspector General's office. Couldn't possibly have retaliated for all the things. I've seen the various stories that, like, someone was walking my dog to sell arms to my dry cleaner. I mean, it's all just crazy. It's all crazy stuff. So I didn't have access to that information, so I couldn't possibly have retaliated. It would have been impossible. There's one exception. I was asked a series of questions in writing. I responded to those questions with respect to a particular investigation that was sometime earlier this year, as best I can recall. Responded to those questions. I don't know the scope. I don't know the nature of that investigation other than what I would have seen from the nature of the questions that I was presented. I did what was right. I don't know if that investigation is continuing. I don't know if that investigation has been closed out. I don't have any sense of that. Again, it's not possible that further have been retaliation. Here's the last thing to think about as you see these stories that have been leaked to you all, right, to the press. This is all coming through the office of Senator Menendez. I don't get my ethics guidance from a man who was criminally prosecuted, case number 15-155 in New Jersey Federal District Court. A man for whom his Senate colleagues, bipartisan, said basically that he was taking bribes. That's not someone who I look to for ethics guidance. And so I'll continue to do the right thing to make sure the State Department is served by every employee, including our Inspector General. And we'll make sure the State Department continues to deliver on behalf of the American people.
Congressman Engel, what about the House Foreign Affairs Committee?
Thank you all. Everybody have a great day and a wonderful Memorial Day weekend, too. So long.
Could we ask a question about the Saudi arms emergency declaration, though, sir?